Once upon a time, a ruthless demon lord has led a merciless campaign against humans and cultivators alike, causing widespread destruction, despair, and fear among humanity. Under a blood-red sky, the demon lord's forces advanced and pushes the world to the brink of destruction. The demon lord, along with his two loyal followers, Xiang and Jingni, located the homeland of Xiaoyao sect. It is said that the Mirror of the Past, a divine artifact that will kill the demon lord, is in Mount Bujiao of Xiaoyao sect. With the snap of his finger, the demon lord quickly smashed and destroyed the barrier of Xiaoyao sect with his power. He is determined to get the divine artifact that can allegedly end his life. Meanwhile, in Mount Changzi of Hengyang sect, Li Susu, daughter of the chief of Hengyang sect, is monitoring the map of all the immortal sects. Gong Yejiwu, Li Susu's older disciple brother in the Hengyang sect, asked her to take a rest because she has been guarding the map the whole day. He said that her father and other seniors have gone to Mauve River to save people there, so they will not be back soon. Li Susu asked Gong Yejiwu if there is a way to kill the devil god. Gong Yejiwu said that 10,000 years ago, all gods died to have finally killed the ancient devil god. Now, a new devil god appeared suddenly. They don't even know his name or origin. Mortals like them cannot hurt the devil god at all. However, there may be some hope if they find the divine artifact that restricts the devil god. But they don't know where it is. Suddenly, the light went out in the map pertaining to Xiaoyao sect, meaning it was invaded. Meanwhile, Xiang and Jingmi caught the chief of Xiaoyao sect. They found the Mirror of the Past. However, they cannot activate it with their devil energy. The immortal energy of Xiaoyao sect is required. The devil god asked Chief Xiaoyu of Xiaoyao sect to activate the Mirror of the Past for him. In exchange, devil god will not destroy Xiaoyao sect. However, the chief refused and told the devil god to just kill him instead. All of a sudden, Chu Xuanzi, chief of Hengyang sect, and his men appeared. He warned the devil god not to insult the immortal sects. Then the devil god asked him to activate the Mirror of the Past in exchange for the life of Chief Xiaoyu of Xiaoyao sect. Instead of activating the Mirror of the Past, Chief Chu Xuanzi broke the chain that held Chief Xiaoyu. Once freed, Chief Xiaoyu fought Xiang and Jingni. The devil god was furious, so he used the bone refining seal to burn immortal chiefs and their men. He abruptly stopped when Xiang came by his side. Then, to further tease the immortal chiefs, he showed his big crossbow that can kill multiple men at the same time. Just as he was closing his hand to remove the power of his crossbow, an arrow slightly hit his right cheek. Devil God was surprised that someone was able to hit him, no matter how small. In front of him was Li Susu, holding her divine artifact, Chongyu Harp. The two chiefs asked her not to fight the devil god because she will not win. Instead, Chief Xiaoyu threw the Mirror of the Past to Li Susu and asked her to go and protect it from the devil god. The two chiefs and their men flew back to Hengyang sect. Furious of being hit by Li Susu, who now has the Mirror of the Past, the devil god followed her with his dragon float. The devil god summoned his sky-slashing sword and told Li Susu that he will use it with her, since she was the first one who has hurt him over the past 500 years. Devil God asked her to give him the Mirror of the Past, but Li Susu refused to give it unless he kills her. Devil God said that he will massacre all the immortal sects today. Then he cornered Li Susu and started choking her to death. However, the celestial mark between the eyebrows of Li Susu emitted a bright light. The devil god, blinded by the light, dropped Li Susu and asked her what is that mark. Upon stumbling to the ground, a drop of Li Susu's blood fell on the Mirror of the Past. The Mirror of the Past got activated by the blood of Li Susu. She then entered another realm, and a man that she cannot see clearly talked to her. She asked her who he is, but he said that it doesn't matter who he is. However, who Li Susu is means a lot to the world. He explains that Devil God wants the Mirror of the Past because the Chosen One can use it to reverse destiny. And Li Susu is the Chosen One. He told Li Susu that Devil God wasn't born evil. Then he showed the past life of Devil God as a human being bullied as a child until he was an adult. He told Li Susu to remember everything. Devil God was mortal 500 years ago, born in Xin Kingdom, named Tantai Jin. However, as the evil fetus, he was already accumulating strength for Devil God's revival. If he failed to become devil back then, today's destruction wouldn't happen. The man told Li Susu to go to Hengyang sect and activate the light-breaking array. Li Susu has to go back to the time before Tantai Jin turned evil. When Li Susu came back from the other realm, the mirror of the past got broken, but she was able to hold it in her hand. Before the devil god can attack her, Gong Yejiwu, her older disciple brother, came to help her. Gong Yejiwu got stabbed by the devil god. Li Susu doesn't want to leave Gong Yejiwu, but she cannot do anything when Gong Yejiwu managed to bring the devil god with him to fall over the cliff. Li Susu immediately went back to Hengyang sect. Upon her arrival, her father, Chief Chu Xuanzi of Hengyang sect, catched her falling from the sky and asked her why she is alone, and asked where is Jiwu. Li Susu was not able to answer, but instead showed the broken mirror of the past. The mirror of the past was able to show the chiefs about the past life of Devil God. They saw that Devil God was born a mortal man before, and that he was being bullied by people around him. They can only watch part of his life because the mirror of the past is broken. Chief Chu Xuanzi said that at least they know that Devil God was not born evil. He was merely a weak mortal. If they return to the past with the array, and kill Tantai Jin before he becomes evil, Devil God won't come into being. Li Susu volunteered to do it. At first, her father hesitated, but when he saw the celestial mark on Li Susu's forehead, he agreed to it. Chief Chu Xuanzi said that it is Li Susu who took back the mirror and showed them the past. This means that it is her destiny. Chief Chu Xuanzi continued. Remember Susu. Born as an evil fetus, Tantai Jin has an evil bone. If his body dies, his evil bone will wake up and he'll become a devil immediately. Li Susu must find a way to destroy the evil bone first so as to kill Tantai Jin completely. Suddenly, Devil God arrived in front of Hengyang sect. Then he said, I'm here to get mirror of the past. Members of Hengyang sect, come out and welcome me. Some members of Hengyang sect immediately went out to stop the Devil God from entering the hall. But Devil God was able to move past them. Chief Chu Xuanzi asked Chief Xiaoyu to activate the light-breaking array immediately and send Li Susu to the past. Chief Xiaoyu said that according to his ancestors, the light-breaking array cannot be activated unless it must. As Chief Chu Xuanzi goes out to face Devil God, he hesitated a bit. Chief Xiaoyu shouted at him and told him it is time. Li Susu asked what does he mean. Chief Chu Xuanzi said that the gods left a prophecy when they died. On the destruction day of immortal sects, someone would get into the light-breaking array and change the past and future. It is Li Susu's destiny to get into the light-breaking array and live. Upon hearing about the day of destruction, Li Susu called her father and asked him to come back. Chief Chu Xuanzi went outside and gathered the members of Hengyang sect to defend the Minwu Hall. Together, they created a divine barrier around the Minwu Hall to protect them from Devil God. However, Devil God was able to destroy the barrier, causing the Hengyang sect members to fall down. Seeing this, Li Susu called out to his father. But Chief Xiaoyu told Li Susu that time is running out. She must return to the past right away. That will be the only chance. He will send back Li Susu to Qing Kingdom of 500 years ago. He said, remember this. Whatever you see, don't come back. The world counts on you. Outside, Devil God went up the sky to summon the God-slaughtering crossbow. It multiplied many times so it can target all the Hengyang sect members at the same time. Li Susu could not believe what she is seeing. Crying, Li Susu shouted, No! But Devil God fired his crossbow to the Hengyang sect members. Li Susu saw what the Devil God did to her clan. She called out to her father, but he was already dead. Chief Xiaoyu held the light-breaking array around Li Susu, but eventually passed away. Devil God entered inside the Minwu Hall and saw Li Susu inside the light-breaking array. Li Susu cried out in sorrow, and when she saw Devil God, she muttered, Tantai Jin, I swear I will kill you! Then, a portal opened above Li Susu. A powerful force drew Li Susu into the portal. Devil God was left in the hall, and wondered where Li Susu went. When Li Susu opened her eyes, she was lying on the ground and saw the sky. She softly asked to herself, "Why is the sky blue?" Just as she said this, a maidservant came to her, calling her Miss Shiwu. Maidservant told Li Susu that she hit her head and asked her if she is alright. She then remembered about her mission to look for the person and stop the devil god from appearing, so that there will be new ending. In her mind she whispered, "Father and Uncle Xiaoyu, I did return to the past. Wait for me." She asked the maidservant to help her up because she felt a bit dizzy. Thinking she has to find out what happened, she asked the maidservant what is her name. Surprised, maidservant replied that her name is Chantao. Chantao is in panic because now she is sure that Miss Shiwu hit her head. Miss Shiwu even smiled at her, which is not normal. Li Susu thought that it seems that she was born into a rich family. Then she said that she had a heavy fall, she couldn't remember anything, and asked Chantao what is her name, and who are her parents. Chantao replied that her full name is Yishiwu, and that she is General Ye's second lineal daughter. She continued to pretend that her head hurts so Chantao can tell her what happened, why they are in the wilderness. Chantao explained that they went to Sisho Temple to offer incense earlier that day. Then, Miss Shiwu insisted on going sightseeing. They ran into some bandits in their way who threatened to rob and violate Miss Shiwu. They ran away and Miss Shiwu fell down the slope and passed out. Suddenly, the bandits appeared and saw them. Yishiwu held the hand of Chantao and tried to fly to escape from the bandits. Just then she realized that mortals cannot fly. So they just ran away. Yishiwu then got a tree branch and asked Chantao to hide behind her. Chantao was thankful for protecting her, saying it would be great if Miss Shiwu would always have a problem with her head. The bandits cornered them, and the leader winked at Yishiwu. She could not understand why. Then the leader ordered the other bandits to catch her. Yishiwu tried to fight, but her body is not as strong as Li Susu. She thought, "Do I have to die even before my mission starts?" She summoned her weapon, her divine artifact Chongyu Harp. But it only appeared as a pendant, and not as a weapon. The bandit leader winked again to her, but she could not understand why. Yishiwu thinks she really have to fight the bandits. Then, she and Chantao were captured. Suddenly, a man appeared from behind. When the bandit leader saw the man, he posed to strike Yishiwu. However, the man blocked the strike with his sword. He fought all the bandit members, freeing Yishiwu and Chantao. The bandits ran away in fear. When the mysterious man turned around, he looked exactly like Gong Yejiwu, Li Susu's older disciple brother in Hingyang sect. When Yeshiwu saw him, she called him Jiwu and ran towards him. However, the man told her to behave herself. Chantao pulled back Yeshiwu. Again, she called him Gong Yejiwu. The man said, "What did you call me?" Suddenly, the man's bodyguard came, asking him how he is, and called him Your Highness. When the bodyguard saw the ladies, he said, "Miss Ye, it's you again." With that, Li Susu realized that the man is not Gong Yejiwu. Chantao helped her mistress by saying that Miss Yeshiwu hit her head, and that she is a little confused now. Chantao asked His Highness to forgive Miss Yeshiwu. His Highness approached Yeshiwu, and told her to stop pretending. He said that in his life, he loves no one but Ye Bingchang. He won't have feelings for Yeshiwu. He said he only saved her because it is the right thing to do. Then Yeshiwu remembered that this life is 500 years ago, so the man must be Prince Shaolin. Chantao said it's okay for Yeshiwu to forget her parents, but not Prince Lin. Yeshiwu asked Chantao to tell her about him. Chantao said that Prince Lin is the only lineal son of His Majesty. Prince Lin is highly respected by the people. Yeshiwu asked Chantao what did Prince Lin mean when he said he loved someone and didn't have feelings for her. Chantao said that it's better for her to forget about it. But Yeshiwu insisted. Chantao said that Yeshiwu adored Prince Lin but couldn't be with him. And soon, he'll marry Yeshiwu's elder sister, Ye Bingchang. Yeshiwu was surprised and said, "I adored him?" Chantao said everyone in the capital knows that. The other day, Prince Lin came to their house to visit Ye Bingchang. Chantao said that Yeshiwu felt so upset that she pushed Ye Bingchang into the lake. Prince Lin is still angry about it. Surprised by what she heard, she thought to herself, Yeshiwu, aren't you too wicked? Then she asked Chuntao if her sister is alright. Chuntao said that Ye Bingchang has only a minor cold. Suddenly, the bandits came back calling her Miss Shiwu. Apparently, she was the one who contacted the bandits to stage the drama so that Prince Lin would save her. She will have to pay them for it. Li Susu was shocked to know how Yeshiwu could be this wicked. While on their way home, Chuntao briefed Yeshiwu about her family. Yeshiwu's father is General Ye, pillar of Xin Kingdom. Her deceased mother was Commander Princess Rongnan. Her grandmother is Grand Princess Royal. All her family members are high-ranking nobles of the Xin Kingdom. Yeshiwu thanked Chuntao and told her not to tell her father that she hid her head. When they came home, Yeshiwu was amazed with the magnificent mansion. Then she wondered where the devil god is. Yeshiwu asked whether Chuntao knows Tantai Jin. Surprised, Chuntao replied that Mr. Tantai Jin is Miss Yeshiwu's husband. Upon hearing this, Yeshiwu fainted. Thinking about how he could kill Tantai Jin, she asked Chuntao what is Tantai Jin most scared of. Chuntao couldn't believe that Miss Yeshiwu forgot that in his family, Tantai Jin is most scared of Yeshiwu. She was surprised, but she also thought that the god in the mirror of the past was right in saying that devil god was not born evil, and was a weak mortal 500 years ago. Yeshiwu decided to meet Tantai Jin immediately. She found him kneeling on the ground covered with snow. She said to herself, so this is Tantai Jin, the evil fetus. He looks weak. If his name wasn't Tantai Jin, she wouldn't believe that he would be the devil god. Yeshiwu approached Tantai Jin slowly. Tantai Jin looked at Yeshiwu and asked her what she wants to say. Yeshiwu thought about killing Tantai Jin. However, she remembered what her father said that she must destroy the evil bone in Tantai Jin's body first before she can kill him. So Yeshiwu told herself to be patient. Tantai Jin has to be alive until she gets the evil bone from his body. Yeshiwu kneeled in front of Tantai Jin, looking at him and wondering where the evil bone is in his body. She couldn't believe that this is the person she is looking for. Yeshiwu thought that she couldn't kill an innocent man. Yeshiwu wanted to confirm, so she asked him to give her his hand and tried to strangle her. But Tantai Jin said, Miss Shiwu, punish me all you want, but don't tease me. Then Yeshiwu lightly held Tantai Jin's face to look at him closely. Yeshiwu said, Tantai Jin, think of it in your heart that you want to kill someone. That you want to kill me. When Tantai Jin finally looked back at her, Yeshiwu saw the eyes of the devil god. She remembered when the devil god strangled her to death, and when he massacred her clan, including her father. Yeshiwu felt a chill in her body and backed away, thinking it's him. She ran away from Tantai Jin and went towards the mansion. Chuntao followed Yeshiwu and asked what's the matter. Yeshiwu replied, let us stay away from Tantai Jin. Then she asked Chuntao why Tantai Jin is kneeling on the snow. Chuntao said that it was Yeshiwu who made him do that. It was a punishment because of the incident in the lake. When Yeshiwu pushed Ye Bingchang into the lake, she also fell. Prince Lin jumped into the water to save her sister. Tantai Jin also jumped into the water, but also tried to save her sister and not her. Chuntao said that although Tantai Jin likes Ye Bingchang, he cannot do anything about it because he is married to Yeshiwu. So Yeshiwu learned that both Prince Lin and Tantai Jin like her elder sister, and she likes Prince Lin. Yeshiwu wondered why she got married with Tantai Jin. Chuntao said that she doesn't know. But she knows that Tantai Jin is a prince of Jin Kingdom, and was sent to Xin Kingdom as a hostage when he was still young. Chuntao led Yeshiwu to her room. Li Susu tried to settle in her new life as Yeshiwu. As she sat down on her bed, she thought of her father and her mission, thinking that she couldn't kill Tantai Jin yet unless she found the devil bone in his body. Li Susu thought that she is lucky that Tantai Jin is still a weak mortal during this time. While Tantai Jin is still kneeling on a snowy ground outside, Yeshiwu is still up and could not sleep. Will Tantai Jin be alright? She said. She thought of her father, uncle, and Jiwu and asked them whether what she was doing was right. She peeked outside and saw Tantai Jin still on his knees. Morning came. Tantai Jin is still outside. Upon waking up, Yeshiwu went outside to see Tantai Jin, but she did not approach him. Meanwhile, Ye Bingchan, the older sister of Yeshiwu, is in the capital to give porridge to people in need. She does this every 1st and 15th of the month. People admire her for her kindness. Prince Lin arrived and helped Ye Bingchang serve the porridge. After they finished, Ye Bingchang said goodbye to Prince Lin. However, Prince Lin told her that he waited long to visit her. Ye Bingchang said that they have strict rules in their house, so she has to go back early. Ye Bingchang's maidservant said that they are not strict enough for Yeshiwu, and that she even made Tantai Jin kneel on the snow for a long time. Prince Lin said that although Tantai Jin is a hostage prince, he is still a prince of the Jin kingdom. How could Yeshiwu do that to him? He said. A crow visited Tantai Jin and told him that his vicious wife has forced him to kneel on the snow for 4 days. You will die like this. Don't you get it? She wants you dead, said the crow. Then the crow showed Tantai Jin what it saw earlier. Yeshiwu visited Ye Bingchang after the incident in the lake. Yeshiwu said that it was intentional. Once Ye Bingchang and Tantai Jin are gone, Yeshiwu could have Prince Lin to herself. What a heartless and wicked woman, said the crow. Inside her room, Yeshiwu thought that the sun has set again. It's the dead of the winter. If Tantai Jin stays outside, he might die. Then she heard some men pouring water on Tantai Jin. The men mockingly apologized, saying they did not see Tantai Jin when they have thrown the water. Yeshiwu peeked outside and saw that Tantai Jin is soaked with water. It's freezing cold. He is just a mortal man. He is not going to make it, thought Yeshiwu. So she went outside and approached Tantai Jin. When Tantai Jin saw her, he told Yeshiwu that she doesn't need to go out and watch him suffering. Yeshiwu said that she did not go out to do that. She said she went out to check if Tantai Jin is dead. She would hate to collect his core. Tantai Jin told Yeshiwu not to worry. Many people want him dead. They may all come and congratulate Yeshiwu when he dies. Yeshiwu told him that what he said does not make her pity him. But seeing that Tantai Jin is in bad shape, she then threw her coat, pretending that she did not like it. However, Tantai Jin did not want it. Yeshiwu felt bad because although she showed Tantai Jin sympathy, he refused to accept it. Just as she was leaving, she thought that she should have patience in order to carry out her mission. When she turned to talk again to Tantai Jin, Yeshiwu saw that he passed out already. Then she thought, why does this scenario seem familiar? She remembered what was shown by the mirror of the past. Tantai Jin held his head and then passed out. She thought, is this where he died and morphed into a demon? Then Yeshiwu ran toward Tantai Jin, shouting his name and tried to wake him up. Yeshiwu called for Chuntao's help. Chunao came running to Yeshiwu's room. Still feeling sleepy, she asked her mistress if she needs her help. Then Chunao got shocked upon seeing Yeshiwu wrapped in a blanket with Tantai Jin. She asked, Miss Yiwu, is this a dream? Yeshiwu replied, what are you talking about? Go boil some water. Quick! He's dying! Go! Chunao helped Yeshiwu to bring Tantai Jin in the bathroom. Chunao asked Yeshiwu why was she clinging to Tantai Jin. Yeshiwu answered, well, we are married couples. Don't human husbands and wives sleep together in the same bed? Chunao replied, human? Then Yeshiwu said, go check the water temperature. Yeshiwu dismissed Chunao after they have placed Tantai Jin in the tub with warm water. Li Susu, now Yeshiwu, held Tantai Jin's arm and saw bruises on them. She thought, did Yeshiwu do all this to him? If I had known he was this fragile, I wouldn't have staked the future of the 4 continents and 3 realms just to get even with him. Wake up. Please. You're the devil god. Don't die. Think about the 4 continents and 3 realms. Meanwhile, in another realm, an evil figure was talking to Tantai Jin. Tantai Jin, you pitiful man. Tantai Jin replied, it's you again. You're always there when death comes knocking. It replied, I never left. Tantai Jin said, I know. You're inside of me. Do you want my body? The evil figure said, now is not the time. Don't fret. Tantai Jin replied, then when will it be? The evil figure said that it understands Tantai Jin because his body has only given him pain and suffering. Tantai Jin said that whether it's his body or his soul that the evil figure wants, he couldn't care less. The evil figure said that Tantai Jin must experience all mortal hardships and drown in endless bitterness. And when he is at the peak of suffering and approach the end of life, the evil figure will come for him and accept Tantai Jin's offerings. Yeshiwu stared at the moon while waiting for Tantai Jin to wake up. She wonders where the evil bone is located and what it looks like. Then she tried to feel Tantai Jin's body, hoping to find the evil bone. I wonder which of these is the evil one. They all feel pretty normal to me. Then Tantai Jin woke up, grasped Yeshiwu's hand, and asked her what she is doing. Yeshiwu immediately removed her hand from Tantai Jin and said, "You're awake?" Tantai Jin just found out that he is in a warm tub of water. Then he asked Yeshiwu, "What are you up to this time?" Yeshiwu replied, "It doesn't concern you. Now that you're awake, go get dressed at once." Tantai Jin dressed up and walked past Yeshiwu. She asked him where is he going. He said, "To the lake." "It's still dark outside." Yeshiwu stopped Tantai Jin from going out. She said he will not go to the lake from now on. Tantai Jin kneeling out there with many onlookers will only embarrass her. Then Yeshiwu said that she is tired and she wants to sleep already. As Yeshiwu lies down on her bed, she thinks, "Father, I guess you didn't expect that I would have to sleep with the devil god when you sent me here." She was waiting for Tantai Jin to lie down as well. However, when she felt the other side of the bed, he wasn't there yet. Then, she got startled seeing Tantai Jin standing and looking at her. "Why are you standing there?" Yeshiwu asked. Tantai Jin replied, "Do it. Get it over with so I can go to bed too." Yeshiwu replied, "Do what?" Tantai Jin said, "The things that you do to me every night, of course. Have you forgotten?" Yeshiwu thought, "Oh no. He can't find out who I really am." Then she said, "How can I forget? Hang on. I'm a little thirsty." Then she yelled as she walks out of bed, "Chuntao, get me some tea!" When Chuntao came to give the tea to Yeshiwu, she said, "Chuntao, help me remember. What exactly is it that Tantai Jin and I do every night?" Chuntao said that Yeshiwu beats Tantai Jin. Yeshiwu became moody after marrying Tantai Jin, so she whips him every night before going to bed to vent her anger. Yeshiwu said, "Is she a psychopath?" Then she asked, "Where is the whip?" Chuntao said it's under her mattress. Yeshiwu asked how many times. Chuntao said it depends on her mood. Yeshiwu went to her bedroom and got the whip under her mattress. Tantai Jin kneeled on the floor and waited for Yeshiwu to whip him. Yeshiwu thought, "Li Susu, you can do this, right?" Then she looked at Tantai Jin and thought, "This is for the devil god that you will turn into in 500 years. You deserve this." Yeshiwu whipped Tantai Jin on his back for a few times. Then she stopped herself and thought, "He is not yet the devil god. All the beatings, bullying, and torture cannot stop the devil god from coming. What it does is make her feel worse." Tantai Jin looked at her, then she said, "I'm tired. I'm calling it a night." Yeshiwu told him to go to bed. Tantai Jin placed his sleeping mat on the floor and lay down to sleep. Yeshiwu woke up in the middle of the night. She looked at Tantai Jin and called his name a few times. When Tantai Jin did not respond, Yeshiwu went to him and tried to wake him up. Tantai Jin is burning up with fever when Yeshiwu felt his forehead. She took her own blanket and covered Tantai Jin with it. Yeshiwu ran to call for Chuntao's help. Chuntao came with the medicine for fever. She asked if there is anything else. Yeshiwu said, "No, that's it. I mean it this time. Go back to bed." Yeshiwu gave the medicine to Tantai Jin. Then she felt his forehead with her hand, then with her own forehead. Then she applied lightly a cool washcloth on Tantai Jin's forehead until he regained consciousness. Yeshiwu said, "You're finally awake? I knew this would work." She covered Tantai Jin again with her blanket and went back to her bed. Tantai Jin thought, she has changed after visiting the temple. Did she get possessed by some evil spirit? Morning came. Yeshiwu woke up and saw that Tantai Jin is not in the room. Chuntao came in to help her wash up. Yeshiwu asked Chuntao, "Where is Tantai Jin?" Chunhao said that apart from bearing punishment, Tantai Jin typically copies sutras in the library. He probably went early in the morning. Then Yeshiwu asked what time it is. Chunhao said it is almost noon time, and that her family is waiting in the dining room. Chunhao accompanied Yeshiwu to the dining room. She looked around and thought, so this is Yeshiwu's family. If I want to stay here, I'll need to get through this first. Then she looked at the man in the middle of the dining table. This must be General Ye, pillar of the Qing kingdom. Yeshiwu's father. Then she glanced at one side and saw a younger man. This must be Yeziu, Yeziwu's eldest brother. As for the women, they must be Yeshiwu's stepmothers. The old lady in extravagant clothes must be Yeshiwu's grandmother. She said, "Grandmother?" Then the old lady said, "What is with you?" Yeshiwu looked at Chuntao. But the old lady said, "Don't look at Chuntao unless you want her to be punished too." Li Susu thought, Yeshiwu is such a troublemaker. What has she done this time? Then her grandmother said, "Come here." She approached Yeshiwu's grandmother in the dining room. She thought, "Please, don't cane me on my palm." Then Yeshiwu's grandmother held her hand and said, "What in God's name are you thinking, walking around without a coat in the dead of winter? Look at her. She's hardly wearing anything. My poor darling. You are surrounded by a bunch of incompetent people. At the end of the day, family is all you have." Then her grandmother removed her own coat and put it on Yeshiwu to keep her warm. Yeshiwu thought, "Thank goodness. That scared me." Then Yeshiwu's grandmother said that this is much better now, and asked Chuntao to get some pelts from the storage room. Yeshiwu can have a couple more winter coats. Then, Yeshiwu's brother asked his grandmother for additional white fur coat. Their grandmother said to ask his father instead. His father said, "In your dreams, have you no shame? As my eldest son, you are supposed to train to fight and contribute to the country as your younger brother does. Instead, wasting your time with your gang, having fun. No decent girl in the capital would fall for you." Yeshiwu thought, that's harsh. Then Yeshiwu's grandmother told her to sit beside her father. Then Yeshiwu's father gave her food and said, "Darling, try this. I know you've been in a bad mood lately. I specifically ordered the kitchen staff to make your favorite dishes. The servants told me that you were up late having a bath and brewing a potion. You must be tired staying up all night." Then all Yeshiwu's stepmothers also gave her different dishes to try, which are all her favorites. She thought, so this is the familial love as described in books. Thinking about her father and Hengyang sect, she said, "Father, don't worry. These people are good to me. Just like you." Then Yeshiwu's grandmother mentioned that people in the capital are talking about how Yeshiwu pushed Ye Bingchang into the water the other day. It will harm her reputation. Yeshiwu's father said, "What is done cannot be undone. Besides, Shiwu is already married." Yeshiwu's brother said, "But father, last year before Yeshiwu got married, you said let her throw tantrums. She won't get to have them after she gets married. And now this. How is she always right?" Then Yeshiwu's father replied, "Keep quiet. Eat your food." Yeshiwu now understands why she is such a spoiled brat. Yeshiwu said, "Actually, I have given it a lot of thought. I shouldn't have pushed Bing Chang into the lake. I want to go and apologize to her today." Yeshiwu's father got surprised with this statement and looked at Yeshiwu's grandmother. He said that Yeshiwu is thoughtful, to which grandmother agreed, saying that Yeshiwu has always been kind and dependable. She is proud to have Yeshiwu as her granddaughter, and told Yeshiwu that it is not necessary. She might catch a cold from Ye Bingchang. Then Ye Bingchang came. Yeshiwu stands up to greet her sister. But Ye Bingchang said that grandmother is correct, there is no need for Yeshiwu to apologize. She said sorry that she got late for lunch as she just came from feeding the poor. Then grandmother told Ye Bingchang to sit beside her brother. Yeshiwu observed Ye Bingchang and thought, no wonder Prince Lin and Tantai Jin like her. She's beautiful, gentle, and has a kind soul. Then Yeshiwu looked around the table, asking why Tantai Jin isn't eating with them. Everyone turned to look at her, surprised by her question. When Yeshiwu looked at Chuntao, she got a sign to just keep quiet. Then Yeshiwu just continued eating. Meanwhile, Tantai Jin is in the kitchen with the servants. He was supposed to eat the food there, but was bullied by the servants, asking him to wash the dishes before he eats. The servants then proceed to eat their lunch while Tantai Jin washes the dishes. Yeshiwu learned that Tantai Jin has not eaten with them ever since he came to their family. Tantai Jin eats with the servants. Chunhao said that Yeshiwu hates Tantai Jin and having him around ruins her appetite. And he does not get enough food. The other servants take their cue from Yeshiwu. They watch what she does and they imitate. Yeshiwu thought serves him right. He's a devil after all. But he keeps his distance from me. I can hardly keep an eye on him. Then Yeshiwu asked Chunhao to take her to the kitchen. When Yeshiwu arrived, she found Tantai Jin washing the dishes, while the servants eat their lunch. They are still bullying Tantai Jin, saying that there are people that seem to be in a higher social class. But deep down, they are inferior, called broken down noble. Then the servants all laughed, saying he may as well take his own life. Tantai Jin's hands are frozen because the servants put some ice blocks in the water bucket. Yeshiwu saw all this and thought to herself, so Yeshiwu has been encouraging the servants to treat Tantai Jin like this. A fly entered the kitchen and hovered around Tantai Jin. Then Tantai Jin looked at it and said, "Go." The servants saw the fly and wondered where it came from. It's winter. As the man who was bullying Tantai Jin was about to eat a slice of meat, the fly went inside his mouth. The servant coughed it out and said he could not eat any more and left the table. When the manservants went outside, they saw Yeshiwu and proudly told her what they did to Tantai Jin. They did not let him eat, asked him to wash the dishes with ice-cold water, and left him food scraps for the pig. Yeshiwu confronts them on how poorly they treat Tantai Jin. The manservant said that they were just trying to avenge Yeshiwu. Then she said that they are doing this to Tantai Jin because he is alone and weak. In case the Ye family falls into this situation in the future, will you also do the same to my family? Then the manservants kneeled on the floor and replied, "Absolutely not, Miss Shiwu. Please forgive us." When Yeshiwu entered the kitchen, she saw Tantai Jin getting food from the bucket and was about to eat it. Yeshiwu grabbed the bowl and threw the food on the floor, telling Tantai Jin not to eat that. Tantai Jin said, "Miss Shiwu, one will die without eating." Then Yeshiwu grabbed the ladle and throws it on the floor, saying that the food is dirty and it will make Tantai Jin sick. Then Yeshiwu asked why Tantai Jin allows the servants to bully him. She asked, "Don't you have any dignity?" Then Tantai Jin replied that the bowl of rice is more important to him than dignity. As he was about to scoop again from the bucket, Yeshiwu grabbed it and threw everything on the floor. Tantai Jin said, "Yeshiwu, I cannot survive without food. If I have kept my dignity, I would have died long time ago." Then Yeshiwu took Tantai Jin's hand and told him to come with her. Yeshiwu had a decent meal prepared for Tantai Jin. She asked Tantai Jin to eat a proper meal so he will not get sick. Tantai Jin said no, saying that Yeshiwu is pulling the same trick twice, saying that she also does not have dignity. Yeshiwu asked him to explain. Tantai Jin said that 6 months ago, Ye Bingchang and Prince Lin was at the royal feast. Hoping to break them up, Yeshiwu got a drug named Love Fury. She put it in pastries for Ye Bingchang and another prince, named Prince Liang, hoping they would sleep together. Unexpectedly, Prince Liang saw Tantai Jin, and bullied him by asking him to eat the pastry from the ground. Prince Liang even stepped on it, but still asked Tantai Jin to eat it. The next thing he knows, he felt dizzy and everything was spinning. Then Yeshiwu came out of nowhere and wrapped her arms round Tantai Jin. Accidentally, Tantai Jin had the drug meant for Prince Liang, and oddly enough, Yeshiwu had the one meant for Ye Bingchang. Something happened to them that night, and many in the palace found out about it. Yeshiwu's father had no choice but to arrange for them to get married. It was also Yeshiwu who told Tantai Jin about the story. And since then, she was mocking and torturing him for fun. And she became increasingly cruel. Yeshiwu got shocked by the story, but pretended not to be affected by it. Tantai Jin asked what has Yeshiwu done to his food this time. She said nothing, and ate some food to prove to Tantai Jin that nothing is wrong with him. Yeshiwu told Tantai Jin that from now on, Chun'ao will prepare his meals and eat them in their room. Then Tantai Jin slowly ate his food, thinking it was safe to eat. He thought, what has gotten into her? Later on, inside the library, the crow went to visit Tantai Jin again. It said that it was the first decent meal Tantai Jin had in the mansion. Have you noticed that this woman has been a little too sane these days? Tantai Jin replied that maybe she has come up with other ways to play her twisted games. Then Crow said that he met some crows from Jin Kingdom, saying that they saw a shaman praying, and smelled a decaying body. Tantai Jin said that it was the kingdom where he was born, and maybe it is his father who is dying. Meanwhile, Prince Lin came to see his father, the king of Shin Kingdom, to report that the king of Jin Kingdom is dying. The king initially thought of killing the prince hostage Tantai Jin because he is now useless to them. But Prince Lin said that his brother who will succeed the throne in Jin Kingdom, Tantai Minglang, will be happy if they killed Tantai Jin. So the king said that he will use Tantai Jin against Tantai Minglang. Yeshiwu ordered Chun'ao to follow Tantai Jin closely and see if he does any tricks. She also asked her not to let Tantai Jin starve to death and get sick. Chun'ao reports to Yeshiwu that Tantai Jin talks to insects and animals. Chun'ao asked Yeshiwu if it's possible. Yeshiwu said that maybe it's because no one in the mansion ever talks to him. Chun'ao said, now that I think about it, Mr. Tantai is quite pitiful. Yeshiwu thought that maybe Tantai Jin became a devil god because he was isolated for so long. So she decides to talk to Tantai Jin. Yeshiwu followed Tantai Jin. Then he asked her, Miss Shiwu, you've been following me these days. Do you have something to say to me? Yeshiwu replied that she is just bored and wanted to have someone to chat with. Then she asked Tantai Jin, you always get bullied. How does that make you feel? I just want to know what you are thinking. Tantai Jin replied, it doesn't matter what I think. You all insult me not because of what I've done, but simply because you enjoy it. I can't change all of you. As for whether I have grudges, none of that matters. I'm just a hostage prince from Jin Kingdom. To be alive is exhausting enough. Yeshiwu thought, this was 500 years ago. Little devil god truly hadn't done anything bad. Instead, other people were the ones doing bad things to him. Maybe he only became devil god because of this. If someone was willing to help him and care for him, would he have fallen on the devilish path? Then Yeshiwu told Tantai Jin that life is indeed tough. If he ever feels bored, he can come talk to her. Not socializing enough will make him a psychopath. Then Tantai Jin replied, like you? And laughed softly. Chun'ao came from the market with some nice and thick winter clothes. Yeshiwu picked one for Tantai Jin and adjusted the size because it was too big. Chun'ao asked why Yeshiwu is being so nice to Mr. Tantai Jin now. Yeshiwu said because she is afraid that if Tantai Jin freezes to death one day, he will drag them all to hell. Tantai Jin went to the library and he found the winter coat there. There is a note on top saying, don't freeze to death. Upon reading the note, he checked on the robe and thought, is this coat for me? Tantai Jin walked outside wearing the coat that Yeshiwu gave him, with a little smile on his face. Tantai Jin encountered Yeshiwu's brother outside who bullied him by slitting his new coat. Tantai Jin stopped him, but Yeshiwu's brother further slits Tantai Jin's new coat. Yeshiwu's brother asked him if he is angry. Tantai Jin just looked at him, but it got Yeshiwu's brother mad because Tantai Jin is glaring at him. He was about to strike Tantai Jin, but Yeshiwu came and stopped him. Yeshiwu asked his older brother to pay for the coat. Grudgingly, Yeshiwu's brother threw a coin towards Tantai Jin's coat. Yeshiwu told Tantai Jin to just ignore her brother. She said that the slits are too big to patch, so she will just buy a new coat for Tantai Jin. When she was about to get the coat, Tantai Jin refused and said, you gave this to me, so it's mine now. Yeshiwu replied, alright, you can keep it. But I'll have Chun'ao buy you a new one. Then Chun'ao arrived saying that Tantai Jin is being summoned by His Majesty, the King of Shin Kingdom. Yeshiwu then held onto Tantai Jin's arm and said that she will go with him. In the palace, Yeshiwu was told that only Tantai Jin was summoned to talk with the king. Yeshiwu said that it's alright, she will just walk around. She thought that Tantai Jin was raised in this palace, so there may be clues here as to how Tantai Jin became a devil god. Then Yeshiwu approached a maidservant and to ask for the place where Tantai Jin lived before. Meanwhile, the king asked Tantai Jin if he wants to read the letter coming from Jin Kingdom. Tantai Jin said that he is not interested. The king said that Tantai Jin's father, the king of Jin Kingdom, is about to die of illness, and his older brother Tantai Minglang has been made the crown prince. The king said, "Don't you want to go back to Jin Kingdom to claim what is yours?" Tantai Jin sensed that the king of Shin Kingdom wants to use him against his brother. But he said that he is not interested to go back to Jin Kingdom. So the king dismissed Tantai Jin, then talked to his men, asking them to carry out their plan of finding someone to replace Tantai Jin to go to Jin Kingdom. And then get rid of Tantai Jin as well. Yeshiwu found the place where Tantai Jin lived in the palace before he was sent to the Ye family. The place was not properly maintained. Yeshiwu also found a crazy woman inside whose name was Yingxin, Tantai Jin's nanny from Jin Kingdom. She keeps saying, "I didn't harm His Highness." The maidservant said that Nanny Yingxin became like this ever since Tantai Jin was sent to Ye Mansion. When Tantai Jin went outside, Chief Wu, the chief eunuch of the king of Shin Kingdom, approached him. Chief Wu asked Tantai Jin to watch Prince Lin, the king's son, and report to him if he was colluding with General Ye against the king. Tantai Jin refused to do it, thinking that Prince Lin is good to him. But Chief Wu said that if Tantai Jin refused, Chief Wu will kill his nanny. Tantai Jin replied that Chief Wu was not just a dog of the king, but also a talkative one, which infuriated Chief Wu. But someone from the palace came telling Chief Wu that the king is looking for him. Before Chief Wu leaves, he told Tantai Jin that if he dares to tell anyone about what he said, Chief Wu will make Tantai Jin's life worse than death. Chief Wu got so mad, saying that Tantai Jin thinks highly of himself now. He said that they must replace him immediately, and get Tantai Jin killed tonight. The crow was there listening to Chief Wu and his men. Then a wasp entered one ear of Chief Wu and he immediately falls down on the ground and got unconscious. A man checked whether Chief Wu is breathing. He got shocked that Chief Wu is already dead. Then the wasp went out of the ear of Chief Wu. Meanwhile, Prince Lin reported to his father, the king of Shin Kingdom, that it seems that there is a demon in their kingdom. Some civilians went missing during the night. The king said that although Prince Lin went to be trained in Mount Buzhao for cultivation, he won't be able to resolve the demon issue alone. He got someone to help him. Then Mr. Pang from Xiaoyao's sect showed himself. Prince Lin asked Mr. Pang if he was sent by his master. Mr. Pang said that their master said that he will have his opportunity of a lifetime if he stays in the capital. Demons are wreaking havoc in the mortal world due because the barrier has weakened recently. Back in Ye Mansion, Yeshiwu's father just came that night. He told Yeshiwu to be careful because of what is happening in the capital. Some civilians disappeared in their sleep. It seems like a demon's doing. He also told Yeshiwu that something strange happened in the palace today. His Majesty's chief eunuch Chief Wu had an accident. Chief Wu had a quick chat with Tantai Jin and died soon after going back. His ear was bleeding. A wasp crawled out of his ear. Yeshiwu thought, a wasp? Then she remembered what Chenao said about Tantai Jin being able to talk to animals, and flies and mosquitoes too. Then General Ye told Yeshiwu to go ahead and sleep early. Chenao asked Yeshiwu, "Miss Shiwu, are there really demons in this world?" Yeshiwu replied, "Not only demons, but also devils." Tantai Jin thought of what happened during the day. I must find a way to get out of Shin Kingdom. With my current abilities, controlling a couple of small creatures is the best I can do. I barely escaped danger this time. Next time might be more challenging. Then Yeshiwu rushed inside their room. Thinking that Tantai Jin has something to do with what happened to Chief Wu, she searched for a curse or charm under Tantai Jin's mattress and even inside the clothes he is wearing. She stopped and looked disappointed when she found no trace of evidence with Tantai Jin. Then Tantai Jin said, "Miss Shiwu, what are you dissatisfied with?" Yeshiwu replied, "Chief Wu from the palace suddenly died today. Did you know that? I heard that he stopped you before you left the palace. What did he say to you?" Tantai Jin replied, "Nothing." Then Yeshiwu said, "From now on, I'm going to search you before you go to bed." Calmly, Tantai Jin replied, "Your interests are getting more and more intense." Then Yeshiwu said, "Who knows if you might have told one of those wasps or bugs to kill for you? I don't want to end up like Chief Wu." Tantai Jin looked at Yeshiwu, thinking how did she find out? Then he said, "If you want, I can take my clothes off to satisfy you." Yeshiwu said that it's okay because they are husband and wife after all. But Tantai Jin did not do it, thinking why has she become so much smarter? Meanwhile, in the capital, a black smoke flies in the middle of the street. It's a demon who preys on nightmares. Then, the demon went inside the Xing Palace, where it said has the most number of nightmares. The demon found Nanny Yingxin sleeping, having nightmares, then kidnapped her. Then the demon sensed the unique scent outside the palace and followed it. The scent is coming from the Ye mansion. Then it found Ye Bingchang, Yeshiwu's older sister, having a nightmare. The demon said, "You're obviously immortal. But there's something demonic in you." How interesting. Then it took Ye Bingchang to its den. Tantai Jin's crow friend was there and witnessed what happened. The demon uses the people's nightmares to nourish the nightmare blossoms. Demon said, "When the nightmare blossoms bloom all over the woods, I can evolve from a demon to a devil." The following morning, Yeshiwu gives buns to Tantai Jin for breakfast. She is thinking whether the demon in the capital and the death of Chief Wu has something to do with Tantai Jin. Then she stopped putting buns on Tantai Jin's bowl, saying, "You should finish all that. When this month ends and you don't gain 1.5 kilograms, I'll give you a good beating." Tantai Jin thought, her psychopathic ways are becoming more unpredictable. Then Chunao came, saying that Ye Bingchang is missing. General Ye invited Senior Chamberlain to exorcise demons in the mansion. And Prince Lin also arrived. Yeshiwu went with Chuntao to take a look. Then Tantai Jin thought that Yeshiwu is still interested in Prince Lin. This way, no one will care about Chief Wu's death. They found Mr. Pang, the Senior Chamberlain, moving around inside Ye Mansion's hall, while everyone quietly observes him. Yeshiwu learned from his older brother that Mr. Pang is from Xiaoyao sect, and catching demons is his specialty. She thought, could he be Uncle Zhaoyou's great-grandmaster? Then Mr. Pang stopped in front of Tantai Jin with his compass. He then slowly goes around Tantai Jin to scrutinize him. Yeshiwu thought, this is bad. If he finds Tantai Jin's evil bone and executes him, that would be bad. Then Tantai Jin said, "Is there anything I can help you with, Mr. Pang?" Prince Lin also asked Mr. Pang what is wrong with Tantai Jin. Yeshiwu rushed towards Tantai Jin to defend him. But Mr. Pang said, "This young man, he has a charming face. He's bound to be rich and famous." Then Mr. Pang continued with what he is doing. Yeshiwu thought Xiaoyao sect of 500 years ago must have been lenient with admissions. Then General Ye asked Mr. Pang if he found anything after going around in circles for a while. Mr. Pang said he hasn't found anything for now, but everyone inside the mansion should be fine. He will cast an array in the mansion to search for the demon's traces to get Ye Bingchang back. Then the crow showed up and Tantai Jin went out to talk to it. Tantai Jin found out from the crow that a well-cultivated demon took people to Mount Banjin in the southern outskirts, and used them to plant flowers. The crow said that Ye Bingchang and Nanny Yingxin were both taken by the demon. He asked Tantai Jin if they can share the clues with the Ye family to rescue the kidnapped people. Then Tantai Jin asked the crow to go and find out what Yeshiwu is doing. Tantai Jin thought, Yeshiwu has been unusually smart these days. She suspected me of controlling animals. If I tell her these, it's as good as pleading guilty on the death of Chief Wu. So Tantai Jin decided not to tell anyone to escape from trouble. Meanwhile, Mr. Pang constructs an array outside the house. Yeshiwu observes him, and she doubts whether Mr. Pang's poorly constructed array will work. To help Mr. Pang, she secretly draws spells using the charms he brought. In the demon's den, the sleeping people's nightmare fertilizes the nightmare blossoms very well. Then, the demon noticed Ye Bingchang and Nanny Yingxin. They have just been brought the night before, but their nightmare blossoms have bloomed so quickly. The demon went inside the dream of Nanny Yingxin and found out that she was from Jing Kingdom who accompanied a hostage prince. The demon saw Tantai Jin and was intrigued about his twisted fate, without a sense of warmth or a glimmer of light in his life. If she plants a nightmare blossom with him, it will be the best of its kind and can help the demon become a devil. In the Ye mansion, Prince Lin, Mr. Peng, and Ye Shiwu are guarding the demon locking array as it is already night time. The crow perched near Ye Shiwu, which got her startled. Prince Lin immediately drew his sword but found out that it was just a crow. Mr. Peng asked Ye Shiwu if she is alright, and she said yes. The crow went back to Tantai Jin and talked to him. I think if you don't tell them where the demon is, they won't find a trace even if they wait until dawn. Hearing the voice of Ye Shiwu, Tantai Jin told the crow that he did not think that Ye Shiwu who fears nothing and no one will be afraid of a bird. Tantai Jin told the crow to keep a distance from her. The crow said fine. Then Tantai Jin went inside their chamber and writes something on a paper. The demon approached Ye mansion and was able to smell the sweet scent of Tantai Jin, and it got excited who he can grow the most beautiful nightmare blossom. However, the demon also found out that a disciple from Xiaoyao's sect is in the Ye mansion. Then Ye Shiwu saw the black fog hovering inside and said, "What was that?" Mr. Peng immediately activated the demon locking array, and he thought that they have caught the demon. However, when Prince Lin strikes the black fog with his sword, they found out that it was just a distraction. Then Ye Shiwu saw the black fog going to Tantai Jin and her chamber. She rushed immediately to rescue Tantai Jin. Tantai Jin just finished writing on the paper that Ye Bingchang is on the southern outskirts of Mount Banjin. He wrote with his other hand thinking that they cannot find out who wrote it. He thought that he has to find a way to slip the note to Prince Lin. Then the demon entered the room, and Tantai Jin dropped the letter. The demon circled Tantai Jin and took him away. Just before it can get away, Ye Shiwu arrived and cast a spell that she wrote using Mr. Peng's charm and threw it on the demon. She ran and held on to Tantai Jin hoping to rescue him. Tantai Jin said, "Ye Shiwu, are you a fool? You'll get yourself killed." Ye Shiwu said, "I can't let you die." The demon said, "What a pair of lovebirds. Then you should come along." Prince Lin and Mr. Peng arrived, but the demon already took Tantai Jin and Ye Shiwu away. The two of them went inside the room of Tantai Jin and Ye Shiwu, hoping to find some clues. Mr. Peng panics because Ye Shiwu, the favorite daughter of General Ye, is also kidnapped. Then Prince Lin saw the letter written by Tantai Jin. Prince Lin read the letter and told Mr. Peng that he is going to go to Mount Banjin to save Ye Bingchang. Although Mr. Peng said that it might be a trap, Prince Lin decided to go for it as it is their last resort. Ye Shiwu found herself in another realm where she saw people from Hangyang sect. She kept hearing a voice telling her to wake up, and that Tantai Jin has been killed by the dream demon. Then she realized that it is her father's voice, and the voices of her co-disciples in Hangyang sect, who kept on repeating, "Susu, wake up!" Then Ye Shiwu woke up finding that she is tied to a tree in the demon's den. She realized that she was dreaming. Then she saw Tantai Jin and was happy that he is not dead. Then she asked him to help her get down. Ye Shiwu saw the flowers and said, "Nightmare blossoms." It all makes sense now. Tantai Jin asked, "What is that?" Ye Shiwu said that she read about it in books. The dream demon brings people to her den and uses the dark memories within their heads as seeds that grow into vines and bind them in place. Tantai Jin was surprised and said, "Ye Shiwu, you've been reading?" Ye Shiwu just smiled and replied, "Have you seen my sister? She should be here too." Then Tantai Jin brought her to where Ye Bingchang is. Ye Shiwu looked around and saw Nanny Yingxin too. She said, "Yingxin?" Tantai Jin asked Ye Shiwu how does she know her. Ye Shiwu replied that she saw her when she was in the palace. Tantai Jin asked if Ye Shiwu was investigating him. Ye Shiwu replied, "So what if I did? You're always so mysterious." Then Ye Shiwu wondered and asked why Tantai Jin was not bound in a tree. Tantai Jin said that he never dreams. Then Ye Shiwu tried to rescue Nanny Yingxin, but a white fog sprayed from the vine which made both of them fall asleep. They woke up finding themselves inside Yingxin's dream. Yeshiwu found out that the princess of Yue tribe is Tantai Jin's mother. Yingxin and another woman named Lanan were assisting Tantai Jin's mother. His mother talks to a butterfly, telling it that she has to go as the princess of Yue tribe. They saw the princess of Yue tribe getting married to the king of Jin kingdom, Tantai Jin's father. Like and subscribe to Tapas and Lemonade, and hit the notification bell to continue watching these videos. Thanks for watching.